Apple just did something that almost slipped under the radar. But make no mistake, it's a massive deal for AI researchers and anyone tracking the evolution of generative image editing. The company released a brand new dataset called Pico-Banana 400K, a collection of 400,000 images built specifically for text-guided AI image editing. And here's the twist. Apple built it using Google's Gemini 2.5 models. Yes, Apple used Google AI to train its own dataset. Welcome to 2025, where even the fiercest tech rivals sometimes build on each other's shoulders. So, what exactly is Pico-Banana 400K? Think of it as a training gym for AI image editors, a massive, clean, high-quality dataset that models can learn from. Apple's research team described it in a paper titled Pico-Banana 400K, a large-scale dataset for text-guided image editing. And the idea is simple but powerful. Create a balanced, open dataset that anyone can use, as long as it's for non-commercial research. That means researchers, universities, and independent AI developers can all play with it, but not companies looking to profit directly. Now, here's why this matters. AI image editing has exploded in the last 2 years, with tools like Adobe Firefly, Midjourney, Runway, and DALL-E 3, giving people Photoshop-level power through text prompts. But behind those flashy apps is a deep problem. There's no universal open dataset that lets AI researchers test, compare, or improve these systems fairly. Most companies keep their datasets locked up because they rely on proprietary data or scraped content with unclear copyright. Others use synthetic images generated by private models, which means researchers can't always tell if the model is learning from real photos or artificial ones. Apple's researchers summed it up best. Quote, "Open research remains limited by the lack of large-scale, high-quality, and fully shareable editing datasets. Existing datasets often rely on synthetic generations or limited human-curated subsets, creating domain shifts and inconsistent quality control." End quote. So Apple decided to fix that. Here's how they built it. Step 1. Apple's team started by pulling real photos from the Open Images dataset, one of the largest public collections of labeled images. They made sure to include humans, objects, and text scenes, basically the things we edit the most in real life. Step 2. They designed 35 types of possible edits, divided into 8 broad categories. These include everything from small pixel tweaks to big creative transformations. For example, under Pixel and Photometric, they'd ask the AI to add film grain or apply a vintage filter. Under human-centric, the prompt could be, turn this person into a Funko Pop-style figure. Scene composition might ask the AI to change the weather from sunny to rainy. Object-level semantic could request, relocate the coffee mug to the left side of the table. And then there's scaling and zooming, layout changes, and even typography edits. The idea is to simulate real-world edit requests that a human designer or artist might make. Once they had those prompts, the process became a kind of AI relay race. They would send each image and instruction to Nano-Banana, Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash image model, which at the moment is considered one of the best image editors in existence. That model would generate the new edited image. Then Apple brought in Gemini 2.5 Pro, another Google model, to act as the judge, checking whether the edit actually matched the instruction and if the visual quality held up. If the result passed, it went into the dataset. If not, it was rejected. This AI checks AI approach is fascinating. It let Apple scale up to 400,000 curated image pairs while maintaining consistent quality and variety. But it didn't stop there. The team added different types of examples. Single-turn edits, one image, one prompt. Multi-turn sequences, where the same image gets progressively edited through multiple instructions like make it daytime, followed by add a car, and make it snow. And even preference pairs, comparisons between successful and failed edits, helping future models learn what not to do. The result is one of the most detailed and carefully balanced datasets ever made for AI image editing. And Apple isn't hoarding it. You can find both the research paper on Archive and the full dataset on GitHub, open to the world, though, again, only for non-commercial use. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Apple openly acknowledges the limitations of the Gemini 2.5 models used in the process, especially around fine-grained spatial editing, layout extrapolation, and handling typography. But by sharing Pico-Banana 400K, Apple is effectively saying, let's all build better models together. This kind of openness is not what we usually expect from Apple. The company is famously secretive about its AI projects, but lately that's changing. In 2024, Apple joined the ML Commons initiative to standardize AI benchmarks. Earlier this year, it started publishing AI-driven academic papers on topics like multimodal understanding and on-device training efficiency. The release of Pico-Banana 400K continues that trend, showing Apple wants to be seen not just as a hardware company, but as a serious AI research player. For the broader tech world, this dataset could become the new ImageNet moment for AI image editing. Just as ImageNet fueled the deep learning boom a decade ago, Pico-Banana 400K could accelerate the next generation of text-to-image refinement, photo retouching AI, and creative tools. It could help open-source developers compete with big labs, make benchmarking fairer, and push visual generative AI towards more consistent, controllable results. So what's the takeaway? Apple, the company that used to avoid the AI buzzword, is now actively shaping how the next wave of AI creativity is built. And the irony? They're doing it by partnering indirectly with Google, using Gemini to build a dataset that could power Apple's future image editing intelligence inside iPhones, iPads, and Macs. In a world obsessed with competition, this is collaboration through pragmatism. Because the future of AI art and editing isn't about one company's model. It's about data, quality, and openness. Pico-Banana 400K is Apple's quiet statement to the research community. Let's make generative AI smarter, fairer, and more human-aligned.